Today, you don't have to go very far to find a sign in a store, in a newspaper, or somewhere else on the internet, help wanted. And when you sign up for one of these services or go for an interview, what you have to do is you have to bring your resume. Tells everything about you, where you went to school and what jobs you might have had and how many references you could have and all that kind of stuff, so that you can make a good impression on the person who wants to employ someone. And so we look at employment as a job, as a career, but also as a mission. And when Jesus went out looking for a job once, he didn't go to a professional school and looked for lawyers or doctors. He didn't go to places where people had high prestige. No, he looked for the ordinary. Fishermen, probably little education whatsoever. He didn't look for people who had status. He didn't look for people who had titles on their name. Jesus looked for people who he knew were capable of fulfilling his Father's will. And he knew that even though these people didn't have what the world considered important, they were the most important people in the world because Jesus saw them for their own worth. The worth of a child of God. A worth that is worth far more than any kind of diploma or certificate could ever put on a person. And when Jesus chose Peter, James, John, and all the other apostles and disciples, he wasn't looking for something that was extraordinary, but no, he was looking for the ordinary. And when it comes to having a job or a career or a mission, we all have one. And we're all being called. Jesus calls each one of us. Yes, regardless of whether we're a CEO or a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever, he calls us because he knows he needs us. He needs us to be his hands and his feet in a world today where he can't physically be. And God only knows the world needs Christianity. The world needs someone who will come forward and bring peace, joy, happiness, love, caring, concern, transparency, honesty, and every other virtue that Jesus would have presented to us. So when we talk about a profession, when we talk about a career, forget those things that the world asks for. We're all called to a mission. And that mission is to follow in the footsteps of Jesus. And in following the footsteps of Jesus, what we do is we listen to the word of the Father who created us and everything exists. And the word of the Father is a Father of love. So, complete your mission, follow Christ, and be a successful disciple.